Is this the best ever signed football shirt in the world? Okay, well it's probably not, but if you're a fan of Sheffield United, I'm going to tell you why you want this shirt. And I'll also tell you how you can own it. So watch the entire video, no skipping, or you'll miss the important bit. Remember, pop a sub on the channel and hit the bell, or you might miss the video telling you you've won. First off, this is the shirt we wore in 2002-2003, which was a great season, full of entertaining football if you're a blade. The shirt was also worn for the 2003-04 season. At the start of the 04-05 season, a few of the old shirts were signed by the club and raffled off for charity. This is that shirt, and it's been signed by some of the Sheffield United greats. So let's start with the manager, Neil Warnock. I think it's a great touch when the manager takes the time to sign the shirt. As Warnock is definitely one of my favourite managers, his old school managerial style is less fashionable these days, but it takes me back to my playing days and getting a good old bollocking every half time, no matter how well we play.
Just have to make sure it don't fucking happen again, because I tell you now, I'm fucking more determined than ever. I'll look at you now. I'll have a chat with all of you next week, before you start flying off to fucking Mallorca and all these other places, eh? We'll have a chat about the fucking game, about your game, last few months, last few weeks, fucking character. Fucking hell. And I'll look at your contribution, some of you. No wonder he threw a fucking bottle at fucking floor, Tonga. Hey? It's waited fucking 9 months for that. A bit of fucking aggression. Fucking hell. You blame everything. Blame me, blame fucking pitch, ref, system, tactics. You want to have a look at your fucking self, some of you, in fucking mirror. So please your fucking selves what you're doing next few days, alright? Get pissed if you want, go out to nightclubs, take your missus out, shag her on fucking car seat, anything you want.
Warnock was appointed as manager of his boyhood club on 2nd of December 1999. In 2002-2003, Warnock led Sheffield United to the semi-finals of the League Cup and the FA Cup. What a great season this was. It did get even better, of course, when in 2005 he got us promoted to the Premier League. I won't mention the couple of years after that in this video, apart from the fun fact that Sean Bean ran into his office to give Warnock a dressing down for being so wank, making his wife and child cry. Out of his 388 games in charge, he won 42 more games than he lost. Result. The next signature makes this shirt of legendary status. This is probably the very first signed shirt by an 18-year-old Billy Sharp, just coming into the first team in summer 2004 from the youth team. He would have never actually worn this shirt as a first team player, but he was in the room as the shirt did the rounds for the signatures. He made just 2 appearances in 2004 before being loaned out to Rushden and Diamonds in 2005. He of course came back to United in 2007 for a couple of years, but it's when he returned home in 2015. He has without a doubt been the true warrior who has worn the Blades badge with pride and honour and has led the Blades to glory as captain under King Wilder's reign. The only people in Sheffield who criticise this guy don't wear red. They are coloured green with envy while nursing the sore blue and white bruises they have due to their recent batterings. With a goal to appearance ratio of 42%, this is higher than the likes of English legends such as Kevin Keegan, Teddy Sheringham and Wayne Rooney. How good would it be to see Billy Sharp return to the club in 2035 as manager? If anyone can do it, Billy can. The next player to sign this shirt has just wrote his book, and I'm sure it'll be on your reading list. Joining us in 2002, he earned Player of the Year in his first season. If I was to describe Kenny in one word, it would have to be, he's a character. I think Neil Warnock summed him up well in this statement. Paddy is one of the best signings I've ever made. I think he's one of the best goalkeepers in the game. I wouldn't swap him for David James, Chris Kirkland, Paul Robinson or David Seaman. The first thing I did was put him on a diet. He was eating burgers, pizzas and chips, and that was all in the same day. Look at the shape of him. He's the sort of player people don't pay much attention to, but he's one of the first names on the team sheet because he's so reliable. Well, Paddy gave us 8 years of solid entertainment before departing in 2010. As well as Billy Sharp, another Sheffield Youth squad graduate was Phil Jagielka.
Has it got to be permanent? Chris Morgan.
Oh, good one!
Phil Jagielka.
Nick Montgomery.
Michael Tongue.
Chris Morgan.
Paddy Kenny.
Can you even believe 2 current-day Sheffield United players signed this very shirt 16 years ago? Incredible, right? Well, how about this? As we know, Sharp is the current captain of the Blades. Jags was captain in 2006 if Chris Morgan was absent. So with Chris Morgan's signature on this shirt, it makes for 3 United captains on 1 shirt. Chris Morgan is definitely a colourful chap and really liked the colour red. In his 16-year career, he only played for 2 red teams, Barnsley and Sheffield United. He liked the colour red so much he is the current holder of the most red cards for both clubs. He didn't always get red cards though. For this infamous challenge on Ian Hume, he only got a yellow. If there's one player who defines old school football defending, it's Chris Morgan. Am I a fan of his style? Oh yes. So to get your hands on this shirt, simply put a comment on the video, and when the video hits 5,000 likes, I'll do a video to announce a winner. Okay, so other notable signatures on this shirt include Nick Montgomery, 12 years service, 349 appearances. Nick was to Sheffield United what chips are to a chip butty. The one and only Andy Gray, nephew of Leeds legend Eddie Gray. He might have only had a short time at the Lane, but 25 goals in 58 appearances were not to be sniffed at. Stuart McCall, the 40-capped Scottish international, enjoyed his playing career with the Blades, and since that he has gone on to manage Bradford City 3 times. Steve Cabot. Although perhaps never reaching his full potential, Cabot spent the best years of his career with the Blades, and I'm sure he's a name you remember. Alan Quinn. With 157 appearances for Wednesday, he saw the light and moved to the Blades in 2004. This was the best season he had with the Blades. Rob Kozluk. He gave us 8 years service between 1999 and 2007, and then another year in 2010. Ian Ross. Probably the highlight of this man's 5-year career at the Blades was signing this shirt. Enough said. Sheffield-born Jack Lester. Scoring 16 times in 31 starts in 2003 and 4, Jack is currently back at Sheffield United as head of the Steelfalt Academy at Shirecliffe. There's 2 other signatures on this shirt that I've traced, and they are Mike Whitlaw and Alan Wright. But there's also 4 signatures on this shirt I'm unable to place. So as you can see, this is an extraordinary shirt. So how much is it worth? As my dad would say, it's worth as much as someone is willing to pay for it. And if the supply and demand rules come into place, as this is a one-of-a-kind shirt, it's a very, very rare collectible. Don't forget, pop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to know if you've won, make sure you hit a bell so you get the winning video when it comes out. Thanks a lot, bye bye.